All right, let's talk about something that, well, we've all worried about at some point, bad breath. But today, we're skipping the myths and the marketing hype. We're going to dive into what the best science actually has to say.
So what really fixes it? I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? You walk down any store aisle and it's just a wall of products all promising a miracle. How do we find something that genuinely works, backed by real evidence? That's our mission today.
First things first, if you've ever felt a little self-conscious about your breath, you are really not alone, not even close. Get this, studies show that a massive 50 to 60% of the world's population deals with this. It's an incredibly common human experience.
Now, just so we're all on the same page, the official medical term is halitosis. It just comes from the Latin word halitus, which means breath. And we're not talking about, normal morning breath here. This is a more persistent, noticeable odor that can cause some real anxiety.
So what's causing it? Well, in most cases, the source is right there in the mouth. It's basically the result of bacteria breaking down tiny bits of food and other stuff. And their absolute favorite place to hang out and do this? The way, way back of the tongue. Knowing the cause is one thing, but finding a fix is a whole different ballgame. With so many options out there, all making big claims, we need a guide. Something that can cut through all that noise and point us to what the best evidence says.
And that guide is Cochrane. Now, if you haven't heard of them, a Cochrane review is pretty much the gold standard in evidence-based medicine. They're famous for gathering up all the high-quality research on a topic, analyzing it all together, and then delivering a final verdict. So yeah, we're going straight to the top for answers.
So let's think of ourselves as detectives for a minute. The Cochrane Review is our case file, and we're about to investigate all the usual suspects, the most popular cures for bad breath. Our first suspect is a really popular one, mechanical tongue cleaning. Using those scrapers or special brushes. The logic seems totally solid, right? If the gunk is on the tongue, just scrape it off.
I mean, it's simple, it's mechanical, it just feels like it should work. So is this it? Is this the straightforward answer we've all been hoping for?
And here's our first plot twist. When the Cochrane researchers looked at all the studies, they came back with a verdict. The certainty of the evidence was very low. Basically, that means science isn't at all confident that tongue cleaning really makes a meaningful difference. Okay, so the physical approach is on pretty shaky ground. Let's move to suspect number 2, the chemical attack. Yep, we're talking about mouthwash. I mean, this has to be the one, right? It's literally what it's for. The commercials tell us it kills 99.9% of germs. This should be a slam dunk. And here comes the second shocker. The researchers compared all kinds of mouthwashes with active ingredients, stuff designed to kill germs or neutralize odors, against a simple placebo. The verdict? Exactly the same. Once again, certainty of the evidence very low. And our investigation didn't stop there. This Cochrane review was absolutely massive. They went through 44 different trials, looking at everything from special chewing gums to medicated toothpastes and more. So they looked at all the evidence, from every angle, for pretty much every popular treatment out there. After all of that, what was the final word from the most trusted source in medical evidence? This is the real bombshell. The authors concluded, and I'm quoting here, "We were unable to draw any conclusions regarding the superiority of any intervention." In plain English, after looking at all the best science available, nothing, not tongue scrapers, not mouthwash, not special gums, could be proven to be better than anything else, or even better than a placebo. So what does that very low certainty rating actually mean? Well, think of it like a grade that scientists give to the quality of the research itself. Very low means the studies they've found had big problems. Maybe they were too small or the results were inconsistent. It means we have very little confidence that the results are accurate. The real effect of these products is probably very different from what these studies found. Okay, so we've seen the science, or I guess the lack of clear science. What on earth does this mean for us in our day-to-day lives? It really means we have to look at marketing claims with a bit of a critical eye. When a product screams, "cures bad breath," the scientific reality is that its effect is uncertain. When it boasts a clinically proven formula, the evidence is actually of low to very low certainty. And when it calls itself the #1 solution, well, science says no single approach has ever been proven to be better than any other. Now, here's the crucial takeaway. This does not mean that nothing works. It's entirely possible that mouthwash or a tongue scraper works great for you. What it means is that on a scientific level, we just can't be sure what works best or even how well it works. The real lesson here is to be a smart, critical consumer. That miracle cure being advertised on TV, it probably doesn't have the rock-solid science to back it up.
And all of this leaves us with the final, really interesting question. In a world that's filled with big promises but very little high-quality evidence, how do we make choices about our own health? It's something to think about the next time you're standing in that dental aisle.